Hello, my name is Adrian Mata, and I'll be talking about the Civil War for my project. What I'll be discussing today will be about like the causes, the effects, the disadvantages, the advantages of each side, and how the war just turned out in general. First, I'll be talking about the disadvantages and advantages. The disadvantages for the South was their population size, also they had a lot of slaves, so unfortunately they didn't have a lot of troops to fight for them, or they didn't have a lot of things like the North did. Also, this would have they didn't have a lot of resources. They couldn't, live on their own basically because they relied on a lot of trading, especially from the North and the other tradings. But that has slowed down a lot for them, and this hurt them a lot. Another thing is they suffered from transportation, railroads, all that, etc. So they couldn't send troops anywhere to go like reinforcements fast enough, so they had to do everything by foot. And sometimes it was just slow, like they couldn't do that. Some disadvantage for the North. They had to fight on the South Territory. They lacked a very good army. They didn't have very much army, and also they lacked a very good like trainers and etc. like that, like leaders. Some advantages for the North were they had great transportation. They had their own materials, their own like resources, and most importantly, they had a lot of men, so they could afford to lose a couple of men learning how to fight war in order to win the war because they had a lot of men. Some advantage for the South, the fight was on their side. They could play the long game. They could wait, let the North come to them. They had a territorial advantage, and they had a great army, very great leaders, very great everything. Next, I'll be talking about the causes of this war. The main cause was slavery. The North didn't believe in slavery anymore. They wanted slavery to end, and the South obviously wanted slavery, and this caused a big thing. They believed all men should be treated equally, and unfortunately, the South did not, and this started the war. The afterwards of this war would end up being the North end up winning this war, and this topic specifically is I want to specify mostly on because the effects after this civil war, not millions, but a lot of people died. Hundreds and thousands of people died of our own people because of what they believed in and what two sides believed in that could not come to agreement. The government just didn't help, and even to this day, it's a very big thing in our history culture because with this was the first step of ending slavery, and this ended slavery in the North. Obviously slavery still went on because of other stuff, but this was a great step into the right direction, and this would start for years and years of just a movement, you could say, to help end the Civil War. This is the American Civil War is probably, in my eyes, the United States' biggest war because it's with each other. Any war with each other is the hardest war to fight because it's your own people. In conclusion, this American Civil War was a war fought in a war fought that was just great, and it helped end slavery and it had North versus South. And one big thing about this is that it would be today's history one of the biggest wars to ever be fought. Thank you.